Good evening. Welcome to the Washington High School Athletic Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony for 2025. My name is Travis Sieber and I will serve as MC for this evening. I have had the proud honor to serve as Washington High School school counselor for the past 18 years, and I'm excited to help tell the stories and highlight the significant contributions of these inductees tonight. How fitting that tonight we recognize and honor individuals that contributed to the legacy, pride, tradition, and excellence of WHS. This group of honorees truly represents the pillars of our Washington High School Circle of Courage, which includes belonging, generosity, mastery, and independence. The idea of establishing an athletic hall of fame was born in the fall of 1994 with Wayne Carney, who is here tonight, Ken Kessinger, John Ottney, Dick Day, and Jim Donovan serving as the original founding fathers of the Hall of Fame. For many years, we have been fortunate to have many individuals contribute to the event's success. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2025 Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. Please stand and remain standing when your name is called. Committee Chair Jeff Kale. Committee Chair Jim Trent. Vice Chair. Treasurer and Assistant Activities Principal Nate Malchow. Secretary Brian Hermanson. And our committee members, Jamin Ratzloff, Steve Sievertson, Shane Riley, who is unable to be here tonight, Steve Sievertson, Matthew Schultz, Jill Herbert Anderson, and Cynthia Jones. We thank this committee for your dedication, detail, and the work that went into tonight's event. This event is not possible without the financial support of so many in the Warrior community. A special thanks to our Hall of Fame financial contributors who are listed in your programs. Please consider supporting to the Athletic Hall of Fame with a financial contribution. For more information on donations, please contact Washington Athletic Director Nate Malchow. This previous month, the WHS family lost longtime Warrior supporter and 2001 Athletic Hall of Fame member John Legal at the age of 55. Let us keep the Legal family in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. To kick off tonight's event, we ask that any past WHS Hall of Fame inductees please stand and be recognized. At this time, we ask that any current or former WHS administrators please stand up and be recognized. At this time, we ask that any current or former Washington coaches please stand up and be recognized. And tonight we are very honored to have with us the Washington High School student athletes in attendance. Please stand as I have called your name. Representing volleyball and basketball, Dana Harp. Representing volleyball and softball, Emily Ackerman. Representing basketball, Rylan Kennett. Representing football and track, Tyler Hankinen. Representing football and basketball, Jace Woods. Representing football and basketball, Sam Ewing. And representing football, basketball, and track, JJ Chol. Students, stay standing. Thank you for continuing the tradition of excellence in the classroom and in your activities and living those values of the Circle of Courage. You do a great job representing WHS at the local and state level. Enjoy the rest of your senior year. Go Warriors. Our dinner is about to be served. At this time, please welcome legendary Washington Hall of Fame coach and devout Green Bay Packer fan, Jim Trett, as he will provide the invitation for tonight's event. Please welcome Coach Trett.
Thank you. Now, it's great to see all the familiar faces and all the people we've worked with for so many years, some of the players that I've been able to coach, the players I've been around, and you guys. We had our time, now it's your time. It's your time. Bob Dylan. All right, everybody let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you with grateful hearts to celebrate the talent, dedication, and spirit in our inductees. Thank you for this gift of food that we are about to receive. Thank you for the support from the families, the friends, and Warrior Nation. And safe travels to everybody. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We will begin at this time with the inductions. Our first inductee is a contributor that dedicated her time and talents to WHS athletics. Roger Aware began her journey of service in 2009 when she volunteered to design and manage the WHS football team's website. Using her father's old camera, she began capturing dynamic action shots of athletes, a pastime that quickly blossomed into a profound passion. The following year, her creation of a unique, engaging poster for her older brother's football season sparked a high demand from other families, leading to 56 orders that season and launching an incredible adventure of service. This initial project blossomed into a remarkable commitment to the school's athletic programs for the past 17 years. Roja has fully volunteered her time and funding to manage the football team's website for the past 11 years and the track website. She spent countless hours at events capturing high-quality photographs across a wide range of sports, including football, track, basketball, baseball, soccer, sideline, and competitive cheer. Her work has preserved countless memories for generations of Washington High School athletes for their families. Beyond her extensive work in athletics, Roja's dedication to the Washington High School community is wide-ranging. She has served as a volunteer junior achievement instructor for 11 years and has made significant contributions through donations of clothes, office supplies, and financial support. A member of the first freshman class of the new Washington High School, Roja competed in basketball, volleyball, and track. Her connection to the school runs deep as all 5 of her siblings are also Washington graduates. Her profound and selfless contributions have enriched the lives of countless students and families, leaving an indelible legacy of service. Roja is currently serving as a senior mortgage lender at Wells Fargo Bank in Sioux Falls. Washington High School is proud to induct Roja Aware into the Washington Hall of Fame.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And I also want to congratulate because I actually took many of your pictures when I first started this 16 years ago. So that's really neat. Again, I would have never guessed this. You know, I have a background in a master's in economics, and I, managing the bank at this time. And all of a sudden, next to know, I needed photos for a website, and I went to Mr. Kennedy, and I'm like, Kennedy, how do I get on the field? And he gave me a media pass, and there you go, it started. My first game, though, I have something funny. When I went to my first football game, so Setty, my youngest brother, was playing for Coach Hermanson at that time, and I went to my first, was on the sidelines for the first time on the football field. So always, all my other brothers, I was sitting in the stands, didn't know what really goes on the football field. And I remembered after that night, there's two things I had to remember. Is that one, holy cow, does it not smell good in the football side? I think that was my biggest shock. I didn't realize it was that bad. So I took 16 years to learn to lock that smell out. But the second thing was so funny. I remember I saw Coach Hermanson got really intense on a play with a player. And I'm like, wow, is this how it is down here? Because I can see that in basketball, volleyball, when I played. And I remember that night I went home to say, whatever you do not make Coach Hermanson mad. So but I just loved it. I loved being on the sidelines. It was such a great experience. Not only that I got to take the photos, I got to watch my siblings like close up, and I got to be part of the team. And if you didn't see me, I usually sometimes forget to take the picture because I'm running down the sidelines with the play and cheering them on. So it's been really humbling to be able to be part of that. Never that I thought I was going to continue to do other sports. I thought it was just going to be a one and done thing. And if anybody knows Joan Gephardt, Coach Everett's wife, she made sure that this was not going to be the last thing that I was going to do. So she was like, you're doing track, you're going to do all the sports, you need to get a poster order form going. And I was like, okay, I know I can't say no to you, so I'm going to have to now learn how to become a photographer and really craft how to make these posters. A lot of times people ask me, why do I still do this? Because my youngest sibling, Aveen, graduated in 2015, so I thought for sure I was going to end after that. And it's been difficult for me to walk away because every time I'm thinking like maybe I should hang it up, I'll have a parent says you can't, you have to wait till this one becomes a senior, or no, you captured the first of 3 and now you have to wait till the freshman gets through. So I'm like, I can't say no, I don't know how to say no, and I don't want to say no because I know what an impact and what a joy it's brought to so many people. One of my first memories, and it's funny because it's the one for inductee today, the first high school open house I was invited to was Parker, Anders, and Gibney Gears. So they had an open house together, and the parents were like, Mom's like, you have to come and see the open house. And I'm like, well, thank you, like I'm gonna come. And I didn't know what to expect. And when I walked into the garage and saw all my posters displayed, I was very touched and humbled by it because I was like, wow, I helped create those memories for those athletes. And it's sometimes it's memories that we don't have. And to cherish that. So I was so humbled by that. And then even like last year, I was invited to another open house, the Wilsons, captured the 2 first older brothers in football, their sister, dance and cheering. And the youngest Wilson, when I walked, he was actually here, he had an open house, and I walked in, he gave me a big hug, and he's like, come here, I need to show you something. And I go, what's that? He pulls me to his table, and again, all his posters that I've done in the 4 years, he goes, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have this. So that means the world to me. So every time people say, why don't we hang it up? Because I do have a full-time job that's very demanding, it's because then I know I'm making a difference for so many families and their athletes. And it's nice to run out taking pictures of these guys. I got a really good shot of you. So that's that. I gave it the other night. So that's been really good. Another big reason that I love what I do is if anybody knows me, I'm a diehard warrior. No worries. So I was, like they said, I was the first freshman class in the new Washington. And by the time you get to my last sibling, my family, Aveen was graduating in 2015, my family had been going and doing Washington for 23 years. And all of us played multiple sports throughout Washington. And if you guys know my background, our family's history, we had to learn a lot when my parents and I came to America. And so a lot of these sports, my parents didn't know anything about. And if it wasn't for the families of warring nations, our classmates that we grew up with, the coaches we had, the teachers that we had, we may not have been as successful as we have been in all the sports that we played. and also in our careers. I mean, knock on wood, all of us graduated high school from two parents who never had an education. We all went on and graduated college, something that my parents wished that they could have had. And it wouldn't have been for all the alums at Washington and our coaches and our teachers and the families that have supported us all the way. I mean, like Coach Byrne, for example, he had all of us. And every time I'm on the sidelines, he'll walk past me, nod his head, he'll say, kiddo. I go, hey, Byrne, and he goes, how's your parents? How's your brothers? How's it me? And I get that from a lot of coaches, Coach Hermanson, like all of them, Coach Smith, all of them come up here and I always recognize my parents and my family, and that's because they have a deep love for those that they've cared for and coached and taught throughout the years. And so when I say, why do I keep doing this, it's because I love Washington High School, and I love the alumni and the glorification that comes with it. So thank you guys for all of that. And so I also want to put out some thank yous. Thank you to all the coaches. Thank you, Coach Hermanson, for letting me stand on the sidelines with you. The first year that I ever done it. Thank you to Joan, who would not let me say no. Thank you to all the teachers and all the other coaches. Now shout out, Coach Riley, he used to run with my brother, and then I helped him track with him. Jamie and we went to school together, and I'm on the sidelines with them. So I mean, just so many of you guys. So thank you to all the coaches and staff. Thank you to the families who encourage me, who appreciate what I do, and to the athletes for letting me take pictures with you guys. I love it. I enjoy every single moment of it. Thank you to my parents. If it wasn't for my parents and all the hard work they did to support us, not missing one of our sporting events, or school activities, and just encourage us to be us and be successful, we wouldn't be here without you. My 5 siblings. I'm sorry, I was at siblings, so my 4 siblings. Love you guys all. As your older sister, it's been a blessing to watch you guys grow. It's a blessing to watch all of you guys in all your sporting activities. So I'm very proud of you. Thank you to my sister-in-laws for coming out to support me, my best friend Tammy. And then my hubby had to sacrifice a lot of nights and be gone to take sports photos for eyes looking. So I appreciate that. And then just my one final kudos, I have to thank my mom and Naveen, because I couldn't do this by myself. It's a lot of work when you have a full-time job. And then, like I said, the first time I picked 6 poster orders, and I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? And so they have spent many, many, many nights all these years framing all the posters for me. And bless my mom's heart, it was her house where people picked up posters. So thank you guys for helping me make this happen and give these memories to these young athletes and their families. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next inductee is an athlete that quickly made his mark at Washington High School, despite only playing 2 full seasons for the Warriors. Deng Gu transferred to Washington in the middle of his sophomore year from Fargo, North Dakota. Deng attended Washington High School from mid-2013 to 2015, where he excelled at basketball for the Warriors. During his junior year, Deng really came on near the end of the season, averaging 9.4 points per game and 5.4 rebounds per game while shooting 50% from the field. He helped lead the Warriors to a 3rd place finish at the 2014 State AA tournament. During his senior year, he averaged 16.1 points a game, totaling 418 total points, 8.7 rebounds per game, where he led the Warriors to a runner-up finish at the 2015 State AA tournament. During his basketball career for the Warriors, Deng accumulated several awards that included First Team All-State, Argus Leader First 5, Argus Leader Player of the Year, South Dakota Mr. Basketball Finalist, and the 2014-2015 South Dakota Gatorade Player of the Year. He finished his career 9th on the all-time scoring list despite playing only 2 full seasons, with 653 points and 8th all-time in rebounds with 653. His favorite memories were game days and the support he felt from Warrior Nation. Deng went on to play collegiately at Division I North Dakota State and a graduate year at North Texas State. He has been playing professionally in Europe for the past 5 seasons. He also played for the Uganda national team. Washington High School is proud to induct Dan Gu into the Washington High School Athletic Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, Deng is unable to be here tonight. Please welcome WHS basketball coach Jeremy Parrish to speak on Deng's behalf.
All right, first thing, going back to Coach Trev here, how many of you guys know who Bob Dylan is? All right. Hey, congratulations to all the inductees. My name's Jamie Parrish. For those of you who do not know me, I'm just starting my 12th year at Washington as the girls basketball coach. Now, the question somebody probably have right now is, why is that guy up there? We're talking about one of the boys basketball players. Well, when I started at Washington, my first 2 years, I served as a sophomore boys basketball coach on Coach Nelson's staff, had the opportunity to be around Deng, had a great experience with him and with the coaches. Couple things about Deng, and then he does have a video that he sent that we're going to share as well. Deng arrived in Washington after Christmas of his sophomore year, and at the very first practice, Deng had just walked in the door. He doesn't know anybody, and I remember there's a play, he just explodes up. He is going to go up and try to block a kid's shot. And he is, I mean, you've seen the pictures, he's up above the rim. And immediately, Coach Nelson, most of you that remember Coach Nelson, love Coach Nelson, blows the whistle, stops practice, and then in a really, really calm voice, right, Cole? Really calm voice, he explains to Deng that, Deng, we don't block shots in this program, we slide our feet and take charges. Now, again, those of you that know and love Coach Nelson, the 2014 version of Coach Nelson was not the calm 2024 guy that you guys saw on television last year. So, like I said, day one of practice. So with that decision under Dave's belt, and we had to scold him for trying to block shots, we decided, hey, let's put that kid in the sophomore game. Let's see if the new kid can play a little bit. So in the sophomore game, myself and Coach Holstein were coaching. And at the end of the game, Dan had 2 dunks. He had a technical foul for dunking. He had a couple of blocks and 0 charges taken. That being said, Dan never ever got to suit up on the sophomore team again. So Mike and I like to explain that was obviously a career-changing moment that he and I were able to provide for him. We were coaching our tails off, which pretty much involved Mike clapping and jumping up and down and saying boo. But obviously, had such a great experience with that young man, and then he just took off. And it was so much fun to watch him. Tonight, we celebrate this kid was a game changer. He's an athlete whose talent and determination pushed himself, he pushed his teammates to great things on a daily basis. It was just a great thing to be a part of. In just 2.5 seasons, he really reinvigorated that program. He put it back in a place where we were on the map and really getting after it, and it was awesome to be a part of. Now, all of that being said, you guys can read about his accomplishments. I want to tell you about some of the stuff that you didn't get to see. All right, the small details about this kid that made him so special. He was active in student organizations. He wasn't just an athlete. He wasn't just a basketball player. He was a Washington High School student. He got involved in stuff. His peers loved him. The teachers loved him. He was just one of those kids that fit in and did all the right things. After just 2.5 years at Washington, he became our homecoming kid. And that's such a unique thing. This kid walked in the door knowing nobody, and in that short amount of time, he had gained that much admiration and respect from all his peers. Again, with this, I'm going to turn it over. I hope you guys really appreciate, and it hits on some of the points that I made in that last statement there. The way that he talks, the way that he presents himself is something very special. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I just want to say how truly honored and humbled I am to be inducted into the Washington High School Hall of Fame. When I first moved to Washington High School halfway through my sophomore year, I had no idea how impactful the next 2.5 years would be on my life, both as an athlete and as a person. I would like to thank the Washington High School Hall of Fame Committee for this amazing recognition. I would like to thank my coaches, Coach Nelson, Coach Reck, Coach Osteen, Coach Parrish, and the entire Washington High School Athletic Department. When you're 15 years old, having coaches who demand more of you can sometimes feel overwhelming. But as you get older, you realize what a blessing it is to have these type of coaches in your corner, who will see more out of you and are willing to put in extra time and effort to help you reach that level. So for that, I say thank you. To my teammates, after the first month at Washington, I felt like I had known you guys forever. You guys welcomed me, you pushed me, and every day was competitive and fun. To your families, I want to thank you for your dedication, for organizing team meals and team events, and making us feel like one big family. When I look back, these are the moments that really stick with me. To my mom, I want to say thank you for always reminding me to stay focused and stay the course even when things got hard. To my sister Ajab and my auntie Adam, I want to say thank you for letting me stay with you guys throughout my senior year so that I could stay at Washington High School and graduate from Washington High School. None of this would have been possible without your support, so thank you. I wish I could be there to celebrate with you guys tonight, but I want you guys to know how truly honored and humbled and grateful I am to receive this, to be recognized with the great athletes and coaches who came before me. Thank you again, Washington High School, for being such a big part in my journey. Enjoy the night and go Warriors.
Thank you, Dang and Coach Parrish. Our next inductee was a dynamic and tactful basketball player for WHS program from 2008 to 2012. A gifted point guard, Joey Haptamirian combined leadership, skill, and a relentless work ethic to become one of the top athletes in Warrior basketball history. A 3-year letter winner and starter, Joey left his mark in the WHS record books. He scored 756 career points, averaged 10.6 points per game, to rank 3rd all-time in scoring at Washington. He also tallied 277 career assists, 3.1 assists per game, placing him 2nd all-time, and recorded 108 steals, ranking 4th in school history. Joey's accomplishments were numerous. Honorable mention, All-Conference in 2011, All-Conference selection in 2012, First Team Class AA All-State selection in 2012, and selection to the prestigious Argus Leader First 5, honoring the top 5 basketball players in the state of South Dakota. He was also nominated for South Dakota Mr. Basketball and Gatorade Player of the Year. During his junior and senior year, Joey helped lead the Warriors to back-to-back 4th place finishes at the state tournament. Today, Joey shares his love of basketball by mentoring and inspiring young players in the Sioux Falls community. He lives in Sioux Falls with his significant other Alexis and their 2 sons, Josiah and Jonas. He is the son of Tekeste and Rigbe Haptamirian. Washington High is proud to induct Joey Haptamirian into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
All right, hold on, Travis, real quick. Actually, I do want to give a quick shout out to Travis Seaver. Yeah, I do. He probably didn't see this coming, but you know, Travis has always encouraged me and been very supportive throughout my career. You know, Travis, he worked the scores table throughout my career. You probably know where this is going.
Yeah,
No, that too. But no. Funny story about Travis, okay? So I randomly, come back to watch basketball games years after I graduated and just be minding my own business, look up at the big screen, and I see my freshman basketball photo. And, I look over at the scores table and Travis and Mark Emery, they'd just be cracking up. They thought it was the funniest thing ever. So it was pretty funny, and so I just want to say thank you for that, and it's something that I always remember. Thank you. Okay, so one thing, God, because without him, none of this would be possible. I want to thank the committee for this tremendous honor. I'm extremely thankful to be up here tonight. I want to thank my family, friends, my girlfriend Alexis and her family, teammates, coaches, everybody that's here to support me tonight. Thank you for being here. I want to say congratulations to all of the other inductees. We're all very well deserving. A lot of the same people who are here tonight on my behalf are the same people who have always been there for me throughout my career. And I want to take the time to recognize them and to thank them tonight. So, my parents, my parents made the ultimate sacrifice for us. So that their kids, their family could have a better future and, just be exposed to more opportunities. For that, I'm forever thankful. Ooh, yeah. My dad grew up. Hold on.
Just think about shooting the bus.
My dad is the hardest working man I know. He's resilient, he's humble, selfless. Why am I so emotional? Hey, I think the older you get, the more emotional you get or something. My dad was pretty strict growing up. Didn't really like it at the time, I'm not gonna lie. But, he just wanted the best for us. And, he really shaped me into the man I am today, so I'm very thankful for him. He had high expectations for his kids. We were either to be a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. No pressure. You can only imagine how it went over when I told him I wanted to be an NBA basketball player. He was not thrilled at all. But nonetheless, he supported me anyways. So thankful to have him in my life. My mom is a rock. She's the foundation of our family, and we quite literally would not be able to function without her, especially my dad. No, for real. You can ask my family, they know. But in all seriousness, she holds it down. She made sure we had everything that we could ever need and more. And, not only that, she's always been there for me to support me and lift me up, through my highs and lows. Love me, pray for me, remind me to have faith in God and His plan for me. My sisters, my biggest cheerleaders, my biggest supporters. I know I can always count on them when I need them most. And keep that one short. My brother, I credit my brother for just introducing me to the game of basketball. He's the one who put the ball in my hands. And some of my earliest memories of basketball are with my brother. You know, growing up, he had to babysit Rahel and I a lot, you know, which I'm sure he loved. He didn't really have a choice, so yeah. Nonetheless, I never stopped him from doing what he wanted to do. And so, you know, he's dragging us along with him. My brother played basketball as well, so, you know, he's dragging us along with him to the park, to open gyms, whatever it is, so he can play ball with his friends. And, you know, just somewhere along the way is when I fell in love with the game of basketball. So I definitely credit him for that. And, you know, not only that, my brother has been there for me every step of the way, on and off the court. He made sure, you know, I stayed focused on my goals. And probably most importantly, make sure I stayed out of trouble, which I did not like at the time either. All in my business, but hindsight, I'm very thankful for it. Okay, done with my family. Yeah, so I feel like this is important to talk about. The early years of my life and kind of the beginning of my journey. And it's a short story, and it starts in 5th grade. My buddy Cameron, and those who know me know Cameron. He's my best friend, day one. Always been there with me, and he's a huge part of my journey. And he's not here today. I know he wishes he could be here today, so I just want to give him a quick shout out. But anyways, he asked me, he said, "Hey Joey, there's CBL tryouts at the YMCA. Do you want to go?" Of course, no brainer. I'll see if my brother can take us. So my brother takes us to tryouts. We get through tryouts. Doesn't go well, I'm not gonna lie. But luckily for me, my brother had volunteered to coach. You know, he'll tease me about it. He says he felt like he had to, otherwise I might not have made a team. But anyway, it's the draft process, and of course I go in the first round. Second round, Cam grabs Cam, of course. And third round picks a big lefty, about a foot taller than everybody else. Missed all his layup, but he got them all back. Tyler Shedley. Later on in the draft, he gets a player, Cody Haberman, who's here tonight. Thank you for being here, Cody. And you know, we would go on to have a pretty good year. One of the best teams in the league. Might have won it, I don't remember. But nonetheless, at some point throughout the season, Tyler asked me to play on his travel basketball team called the Warriors. And Cody's on that team as well. And on that team, I want to meet a bunch of great players, but one player in particular, Justin Trett. And so, you know, boom, right there. Tyler, Cody, Justin, and myself. We were all playing together in 5th grade. And those 4 guys would go on to, us 4 would go on to be starters my senior year of high school. And, you know, I just find that story to be amazing. Just kind of how those early connections in life really helped shape my path. I'm very thankful for those guys and those relationships I built. We would go on to play together throughout middle school, except Cody. I don't know why, for some reason he went to go play with another team in middle school. But it didn't matter, we beat them anyways. Anytime we played them, we cooked them. No hard feelings, but let's fast forward to high school. Where we at? Yeah, I remember vividly the last day of freshman year, last day of tryouts. You know, I get a varsity jersey. Coach Trett. Thank you for believing in me, for giving me a shot, for giving me opportunity. You guys gotta keep in mind, I'm not Dane Blue, okay? I'm not 6'8", not how tall he is, right? I'm 5 foot, flat, 120 pounds coming into high school. And so it just really meant a lot to me. You know, you gave me, that gave me the confidence that I needed, to really take off in my career. And push me, challenge me. I don't know another player probably got yelled at more, or got their feet stomped at more. But I knew it was all out of love. You just wanted the best out of me. And I'm forever grateful. Okay, let's wrap it up. Okay, and I want to thank, obviously I haven't talked about a lot of my teammates and coaches, but I just want to say thank you to all of them, all of my teammates and coaches throughout my high school career. I didn't know Greg was going to be here today. Thank you, Greg, and Coach Smith, Scobie, Becker, all those guys, and all of my great teammates. That freshman year, my freshman year, I feel like it was the biggest developmental year of my life. I got whooped every day at practice. And that's just what makes you better. If you're the best player in the gym, you're probably in the wrong gym. And I really discredit you for that. Basketball has given me more than I ever imagined. Friendships, lessons, memories I'll cherish forever. And I'm proud and grateful to have been a part of Washington and Warrior basketball. Thank you.
Congratulations, Joey. Our next inductee is a multi-sport athlete that helped the Warriors to 2 state championships in football. A 7-time letter winner, John Hander's accomplishments competing for the Warriors on the football field and the baseball diamond were a testament to his character and the type of individual he is. As a 3-time letter winner and a 2-year starter at quarterback, John helped the Warriors to 3 consecutive state 11 AA championship game appearances. The Warriors won titles in 2010 and 2012 and finished the 2011 season as state runner-up. John's career stats included 229 completions for 3,706 yards. He threw 41 touchdowns and had only 13 of his passes intercepted. John currently ranks 2nd all-time in total passing yards and 3rd all-time in touchdowns thrown. John's career stats rushing the ball included 112 carries for 454 yards and 9 touchdowns. For his accomplishments on the field, John was selected to the 2011 and 2012 GEC All-Conference football team, 2011, 2012 11 AA Coaches All-State team, 2012 All-City football team, and the 2012 Elite 45 team. At the conclusion of the 2012 season, John was voted the most valuable offensive back by his peers for his performance. On the baseball diamond, John earned 4 varsity letters and was a 4-year starter on the field and the mound for the Warriors. His career batting average of .414 was one of the best all-time for the Orange and Black. On the mound, John had a pitching record of 6-2 and an ERA of 2.34. At the conclusion of his senior year, he was ranked as the number 2 player in South Dakota. For his performances on the diamond, John was selected to the All-Region team in 2011, 2012, and 2013. He was a member of the 2012 and 2013 All-State team and was selected to the 2013 Rawlings All-Central Regional Team. After graduating from Washington, John continued his academic and athletic career as a student athlete at the University of Kansas as a member of the Jayhawk baseball program. John and his wife Jenna currently reside in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, where he is employed as an associate financial analyst for O'Brien Stanley Partners. WHS is proud to induct John Hander into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much for that. Kind of embarrassed now, I don't know why. Also, if you had any involvement with Lincoln High School, Mr. Conrad, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk a little bit smack. So, my older brother played 4 years at Lincoln High School before I opened enrolled at Washington. Took 4 years of washing dumpster fires to know I was not going to go to Lincoln High School. So, my two best buddies, Chris and Nate, were both going to open enroll. I think Chris, you were a Washington guy already, but we both ended up going, and that has been one of the better decisions I've ever made in my life. It crafted me as a person. It's who I am today. Coach Herm. I still hear nightmares of you saying get the little things right. It's still back there. You and your coaching staff were, on God's side, you guys are the best people to be around. Not only were you guys incredible coaches, you guys were phenomenal people. And, it wasn't just football staff, the baseball coaches, the entire administrative, teachers, and everyone, all the way to Mr. Knoll. Everybody was just phenomenal to be involved with. Washington High School was just a blessing. It was really incredible. And I can't forget a couple of baseball coaches, Chris Janish and Coach Hunt, that are not here right now. Both fantastic guys. But, it was truly an honor to go to Washington. Again, one of the better decisions I've made in my life. Do it again 1,000 lifetimes. I'd like to thank my parents for dealing with me. Thanks for keeping me out of jail. They had to try pretty hard. Sorry. It's okay now. I can repay them. I can come home and bring gifts and stuff. Thank you guys very much for bearing with me and taking us to all the sporting events and doing that with multiple kids. I don't know how you guys did it. Thank you very much. It means the world. I feel very fortunate, very blessed. Still to this day, I still track and see how the Warriors are doing. I believe the Orange and Black, always will. It's funny, our good buddy Nate that won a Super Bowl still seems like he hates Lincoln High School more than he hates the rest of the NFC East, which is incredible. So to this day, it's just a testament to how great the school, the program, and everything. How amazing it is that they really craft good people, which apart from athletics, is obviously what you're getting at with the whole program. So it's just a fantastic ordeal. And thanks to my teammates, Chris. Sorry for not throwing the ball more. You did drop quite a few of them. So. He caught the hard ones though. There's the ones that went right to him. Those. Thanks. I love my teammates, everybody else, everyone. It's just a fantastic ordeal. I'll never forget it. It's one of my favorite memories of all time. So, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that's involved in the program. Thank you to the committee, Mr. Knoll, the administrative staff, everybody. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting your name. I didn't put anything down. I'm very nervous. So, so thank you to everybody, and thank you to Washington High School, and I appreciate all the blessings and everything, and go Warriors. Yeah.
Thank you and congratulations, John. Our next inductee is another multi-sport athlete whose accomplishments were earned at Washington High School. As a Sioux Falls born and raised native, a distinguished and humble athlete, Jill Joyce Hazard exemplifies the true warrior spirit. A 1980 graduate and also attended Laura Wilder Elementary and Edison Junior High at the time. Her parents, Don and Phyllis Joyce, were her biggest supporters, attending every game she participated in throughout her career. Jill's athletic career at Washington was defined by dedication and leadership. As a sophomore, she earned varsity letters in both track and basketball. She continued her success on the court, becoming a 3-year varsity basketball letter winner and serving as co-captain on the basketball team in 1979. Beyond athletics, Jill was a well-rounded student who was inducted to the National Honor Society and served as captain of the High Steppers her junior and senior year. After high school, Jill continued her athletic and academic journey at South Dakota State University, playing basketball for 1 year before transferring to the University of Illinois Health Science Center to pursue a degree in physical therapy. After completing her degree, she returned to Sioux Falls, where she dedicated 18 years of service as a physical therapist at Avera Hospital. She then transitioned to a new role in the Sioux Falls School District, where she worked as a PT for another 17 years until her retirement in 2020. Her dedication to the school continued long after graduation, as she also served as a member of the Washington Hall of Fame Committee for 6 years. Currently, Jill lives in Sioux Falls with her husband, Rob, who is also a Washington graduate. They are proud parents of 3 children, Nolan, an architect in Sioux Falls, Ashlyn, who works in sales data analysis and resides with her husband and Wyatt in Kansas City, and Karen, who is in her 2nd year of pediatric residency in Chicago. The Warriors are proud to induct Jill Joyce Hazard into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to all the other inductees. It's a pretty big honor to be here. It's both humbling and surreal to stand here actually. After all, it's been 45 years since I played basketball. A long time. When I think back, I don't really remember a lot of the details, the scores, the wins, the losses, as much as I remember the people. The coaches who pushed me, the teammates who became like family. They were all awesome memories. Basketball at Washington was really one of the greatest experiences of my life. It wasn't about wins and losses, as I said, but it was about heart and grit and the bonds that we built on and off the court. From long practices to bus rides, those are all some of my favorite memories. Especially the excitement of game nights when your family and the students and all the other everyone shows up at the game and to cheer you on. So I wouldn't be here without some of the people that helped shape that journey. To my family, thank you for sitting in the stands game after game, cheering me on no matter what the scoreboard said. To my teammates, we pushed each other. We believed in each other. We really created something special. To my coaches, back then it was Joe Lockwood, Kurt Erickson, Judy Jasper, and Tom Holmes. None who were able to be here tonight, but they were awesome. They were tough. They were demanding, and they made us better in every way. One of the lessons that I learned that I still use today, literally, my kids can tell you, is boxing out. Coach drilled it into us every day. Find your player, get position, and hold your ground. And at the time, I just thought it was part of the grind. But through the years, I've learned, and my kids will tell you, that I still use those skills when we play pickup basketball games. And they know that if there's a rebound up for grabs, mom will be in position. And she just may come up with that ball. So I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for this incredible honor. thank you very much. Thank you to Washington High School, to my teammates, to my coaches, to my family for making those years just really unforgettable. I'll always carry the pride of being a Warrior. Go Warriors.
Yes.
Congratulations, Jill. Our next inductee is another multi-sport athlete who epitomized greatness on the golf course and basketball court. During his 4 years playing for Coach Eric Smith, 2006 graduate Eric Lindquist was a two-time Sioux Falls City champion, a two-time Greater Dakota Conference champion, and in his final and favorite event as a Warrior, he captured the Class AA individual state title in a borderline blizzard in golf. During his tenure, he earned 3 All-State, 3 All-City, and 4 All-Conference selections. He never played a single event as anything but the #1 golfer for the Warriors. A distinction that speaks to the dedication and consistency. Eric finished his senior year with an under par stroke average and lost only 1 event that entire fall season. Eric also displayed skill at the national level throughout his Washington High School tenure, qualifying for the prestigious U.S. Junior Amateur in Maryland the summer before his sophomore year, making him one of the youngest participants in the field. During his junior year, he posted top finishes at events held in California, North Carolina, West Virginia, and Minnesota. He received a scholarship to Iowa State and was a member of their golf team from 2006 to 2010. In his amateur playing days since college, Eric has continued his on-course excellence, qualifying for the U.S. Mid-Amateur, U.S. 4-Ball, and winning dozens of tournaments throughout the Southern California region. Though golf was his primary sport, Eric was also a 3-year varsity member on the Washington basketball team and earned all-conference team selections his senior season. His most notable performance came during his senior year against Spearfish, where he scored 25 points on a perfect 10 of 10 shooting from the field and 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He also competed on the cross-country and track teams, highlighted by a top 30 finish in the state cross-country meet as a freshman and being a member of the 4x800 relay team at the state meet all 4 years. Eric is the son of Bill and Lorraine Lindquist. He currently lives in Burbank, California with his wife Melanie and their Burmese mountain dog Duke. Eric is a fantasy sports analyst appearing on national TV and radio shows for the better part of the past decade. WHS is proud to induct Eric Lindquist into the Washington Athletic Hall of Fame.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Washington Hall of Fame Committee, in particular Jeff Gale and Jennifer Trent. I know I wasn't great at responding to emails, so there is that. I'd also like to extend a huge congrats to my fellow inductees. This is pretty cool, isn't it? I hope your time at Washington High School was as special for you as it was for me. When Coach Trent called me this summer about being honored tonight, my first thought was that Coach Trent? He didn't yell once. I bet more than a few of you can relate. He was justified, by the way, my shot selection was terrible at times. But secondly, I felt a lot of pride, Warrior pride, in knowing my time at Washington, and especially my time spent on the golf course was worthy of this honor. But to be honest, it's not me deserving of recognition, because anybody who's ever succeeded at an individual sport knows how not individual it is. So tonight, I'd really like to highlight, I'm a credit to Joey here. So tonight, I'd really like to highlight the three main groups of people I believe deserve the credit for anything I accomplished while wearing the orange and black. My friends, my family, and my golf coach, Eric Smith, who falls a little into both groups, but just deal with it. First, my friends. In my time at Washington, the golf team consisted of some of my favorite people still to this day. Matt Pretty, Ben Rankin, Brent Bennett, Julian Michaels, Ryan Lear, Brent Jameson, I'll say time, Trevor Matheson, just to name a few. We were a talented bunch and we were super close, which doesn't always go hand in hand in a solo sport. We practiced, we competed, we played way too many card games on bus rides when we probably should have been studying, and in the nearly 2 decades since we graduated, we still find ways to stay in touch and get together. High school sports don't last forever, but fortunately, the friendships that come from them do. Next up, my family. My dad, William, grew up in a small Minnesota town in a home that didn't care much for athletics, and I know that killed him, but I would have been a nightmare in that situation. So props to you, Pops, as I think us sharing the love that we have for sports is something that I always have. We'll always share. Also, golf is freaking expensive, so while you let me know that I always had nicer clubs than you, that's obviously because of you. If I ever needed a driver or Scotty Cameron putter or what have you to fix whatever part of my game was bugging me, even if you knew it was mental, you made it happen. So thank you for that, and thank you for turning a blind eye to more than a couple of Minnehaha Country Club bills that did not look good. Or maybe that was my mom, Lorraine, who hid them. Thank you for that, my mom. But seriously, thanks to my mom for your direction and guidance in my high school years and beyond. She was the one who traveled with me so I could chase a little white ball across cornfields. And it's not so much the cost of those things that I can't repay. Yeah, it is, it's California taxes. But I also can't repay your encouragement, the time you sacrificed, and the unbelievable experiences we had along the way. I love you both so much, and I hope my wife Melanie and I are able to show our kids a fraction of the love and support that you showed me. And finally, my golf coach and assistant basketball coach, Eric Smith. He's a good one. I had the privilege of playing golf with the now retired Coach Smith on Wednesday when I got back into town, and not that I'm surprised, but it felt just like the old days when we logged those hundreds of hours of practice together. One thing's for sure, not a second of silence was spared in that golf cart. Just the way I like it, by the way, but I love to see his infectious enthusiasm for the game was still alive and well, radiating off him all these years later. Coach, I sure liked competing for you, but I sure like being around you even more. And when people use the expression, he'd give the shirt off his back for you to describe how caring and giving somebody is, it's usually a metaphor, but I'll do you one better, because this is quite literal. It's the state tournament my senior year in Pier. It is sub 30 degrees, 30-mile-per-hour winds. Snow is blowing sideways, and I'm out there fighting in the final round of my high school career. I'm a couple over through 9, just miserable and cold like everyone else, and I could barely hold on to the golf club from how much the water had soaked through my rain gloves. So Coach Smith comes up to me at the turn to see how I'm playing, and I basically said, "Not great," in very colorful language. He asked, "What's the problem?" And I'm like, "Coach, I can barely swing. It is cold, wet, club keeps slipping out of my hands. This is a disaster." So what does he do? He takes the rain gloves that he is quite literally wearing off of his own hands. Mind you, it is not warm. And says, "Try these." I try them on. They indeed fit perfectly, and it was a day and night difference. I shot under par in a blizzard on the final 9, which is the worst conditions I've ever played golf in to this day to win the state title my senior year. And that's what those 4 years at Washington High School still feel like to me today. The right fit with the right people at the right time in my life. So thank you once more to my friends, to my folks, and thank you to Coach Smith for wearing medium large golf gloves. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, Eric. Our next inductee is a decorated athlete that won multiple state championships in football and track during his time at Washington. Chris Parker, from the class of 2013, accumulated 7 letters during his time as a Warrior. As a 3-year letter winner and 2-year starter on the football field, Chris helped the Warriors to 3 consecutive 11 AA championship game appearances. The Warriors won titles in 2010 and 2012 and finished 2011 as runner-up. The Warriors had a combined record of 34-3 during Chris's time in high school. Chris's career stats included 98 tackles, 4 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 26 pass breakups while playing in the Warriors secondary. As a return specialist, he had 31 punt returns for 596 yards and 4 touchdowns, and returned 12 kickoffs for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. Chris was recognized for his accomplishments on the football field by being named to the 2011 and 2012 All-GDC teams, the 2012 11 AA Coaches All-State team, and 2012 All-City football team. Chris was also recognized for his achievements in the classroom as a member of the 2011 and 2012 academic all-state football teams. In track and field, Chris was a part of the boys state championship teams of 2011, 2012, and 2013. He was a 4-time state meet qualifier and winner of 7 state main medals. He was the state AA high jump champion during his sophomore, junior, and senior year and finished 2nd as a freshman. Chris currently holds the Warrior school record in the high jump with a leap of 6 foot 9 inches. He was part of the 4x100 relay team that currently ranks 8th fastest in school history, clocking a time of 43.3 seconds. Chris was rewarded for his efforts by being named the most valuable field athletes by his peers during his junior and senior season. After graduating in 2013, Chris went on to continue his education and athletic career at Division I University of Montana and the University of Sioux Falls. Chris currently resides in Omaha, Nebraska, and is employed by the Thrasher Foundation Repair as a member of their sales design team. Washington is proud to induct Chris Parker into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
I know what you guys are doing, making me last, just in case I say something outlandish. First, I just want to thank everybody who got a part of, as far as the committee goes for inducting me. This is something that when we were, young kids, we used to sit in the cafeteria and just look at the names on the plaques on the wall and think, like, what does it actually take to get to that point where you've accomplished so much that your peers and the people around you would actually recognize you for those things. And it never really felt like it could be something that would really happen, but through hard work and dedication, anything is possible, right? So first and foremost, Coach Hermanson, definitely wouldn't be here without you. When you talk about somebody who sacrifices so much for young men for the past 15 to 20 years, Coach Hermanson, you exemplify everything that somebody would want to be when they grow up. You don't realize how many countless hours you guys spend away from your family members and the obligations that you guys have at your household as well. So it's just really cool to actually have an opportunity to look all you guys in the eyes tonight and tell you how thankful a lot of us are that you guys have been a part of our lives. You've changed so much for me and so many other people in this room. It's absolutely incredible, that old adage, once a warrior, always a warrior. You think it's just something that people say as you get to high school. It's just like a catchy thing, but
I have friendships that have lasted 10, 15 plus years, all because of Washington High School athletics, all because of deciding to wear black and orange. And it's, like John said, one of the best decisions that I could have ever possibly made. I'd be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to thank the Handers as well. As a young kid, I was lucky enough to get placed on the Handers football team in 4th and 5th grade, and that's when John and I actually met each other for the first time. And there was a funny story, actually. I used to tell my mom, I'm like, I just don't think John likes me very much. He never throws me the ball. Then I know it's because I couldn't catch. Turned out to be pretty good friends, and so Gail, Chuck, I can't thank you guys enough for the amount of effort that you guys have poured into my life, for the amount of experiences that I've been able to have because of you, and John and your family are absolutely unbelievable. And still to this day, as close as we are, a lot of the times it doesn't feel real that I've been so blessed to have these relationships that have not only poured into my life, but changed the experiences that I've been lucky enough to have. So, Chuck and Gail, I can't thank you guys enough for bringing John into this world with his ugly face, but I still love him. Jenna, thanks for taking care of him. I often look back at the time that we had at Washington High School, and I'm just so thankful because I realize that not a lot of people get to have the same experiences that we were fortunate enough to have. Coaching staffs and individuals who pour into your lives when they don't have to. Like, you literally took all of my photos. Still to this day, they all hang in our house, and they are, like you said, they're memories that we're going to cherish forever. And can't thank you guys enough for dedicating your free time to us as well. And, overall, when I look back at it, I just can't think of any other place that I would have rather been. So thankful to be a part of the Black and Orange. So thankful to be a Warrior. I just can't say enough good things about my experience that I had at Washington High School. Of course, my family. Thank you guys so much. We've literally been through everything together, and I can't imagine growing up any other way. You guys were the most annoying people in my whole entire life. I can't lie. But as we've grown and matured, you realize how grateful you are to have people in your life who believe in you, want to see you succeed, want to see you do very well. They'll correct you when you're doing wrong. They'll praise you when you're doing the right things. And I'm so thankful for you guys. It's truly been a blessing to see you guys become parents, morph into just great individuals in this community. And watching you guys raise your children, it's been one of the greatest blessings that I could ever imagine. Being able to be the cool uncle, the way that you guys as kids look at me and they look up to me so highly, it's crazy because they've never even seen me play sports. I thought that was the only way. But Mom, I can't thank you enough for all the sacrifice that you went through and have been through to be able to make sure that we had everything that we needed and we're taken care of. Still to this day, I don't know how you did it. Blows my mind. Single mom, raised 4 kids all on her own. We always had a roof over our head. We always had food in our fridge. We always had love in our family and love in our house, and that's something that not a lot of people can say. And God, I'm just so thankful for everything that you've ever went through to make sure that we have all the things that we have now. I can't express enough. There's not enough words that could potentially go into a speech that could exemplify how important you are to us and how thankful we are. Even though my sisters can pick on you every now and then, you are the strongest, most amazing woman on earth. And I can't say enough good things about you, and I'm so grateful to be your son. It is literally one of the greatest blessings in my life. Yeah, Sid, my girlfriend, you're amazing. Thanks for being here. A room full of people can finally say, I told you I was a baller. Look at all kind of proof you want to go around and ask. There's not like, All right, we're gonna cut to my highlight tape real quick. I'm just kidding, but no, seriously. As I look across this room, so many of you guys have poured into my life. So many of you guys have made lifelong memories, and I just can't say how grateful I am to be a part of this Washington High School alumni. How thankful I am to be recognized by you guys. I still don't feel like I deserve it, but I'm so damn grateful to be a Washington Warrior. So I love you guys. God bless you guys.
Congratulations, Chris. Our final inductee is a two-sport athlete from the class of 2009. Quentin McMartin accumulated 7 monograms in football and track and earned numerous awards during his time as a Warrior. As a 2-year starter at tight end on the football team, Quentin was a key part of the 2007 and 2008 state runner-up teams. His career stats on the gridiron include 78 receptions for 1,527 yards and 23 touchdowns. He currently ranks 2nd all-time in receptions and 2nd all-time in receiving yards at Washington. His 23 touchdown receptions place him 4th all-time for the Warriors. Quentin was recognized for his accomplishments on the field by being selected to the 2007 and 2008 All-GDC team, 2007 and 2008 11AA Coaches All-State Team, 2008 Elite 45 Team, and the 2008 All-City Team. Quentin was also recognized for his achievements in the classroom as a member of the 2008 Academic All-State Football Teams. In track and field, Quentin was a 4-time state meet qualifier and winner of 7 state medals. His versatility was demonstrated by winning medals in the shot put and on the track during his senior year. Quentin is currently part of the school record 4x400 meter relay team that ran a time of 3 minutes 19 seconds, .23. That time is the 4th fastest clocked recorded in state history. Quentin is also a WHS top 10 member in the 1600 meter medley relay team that posted a time of 3 minutes 35 seconds, .40. After graduating from Washington in 2009, Quentin went on to continue his education and athletic career at USD as a member of the Coyote football team. Quentin currently resides in Phoenix, Arizona, where he does freelance computer programming and 3D modeling work. Washington High is proud to induct Quentin McMartin into the Athletic Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, Quentin is unable to be here tonight. Please welcome Quentin's football coach, Brian Hermanson, to speak on his behalf.
All right, I gotta ask you to do a couple things for me tonight. Number one is you gotta use your imagination tonight. Okay? I want you to believe that I am Quentin McMartin, so I gotta stand here and be a 6'3", 220-pound person. So you gotta imagine me in a lot bigger version. Secondly, how many people here like magic? Raise your hand if you like magic tricks. Awesome, because we're gonna do a magic trick here. I need everybody to stand up. It's been a long night, so I need everybody to stand up. Yeah, get up. Yeah, I know your rear ends are a little bit tired, but I need you to stand up. Okay, now, if you're a graduate from Washington High, or you know somebody that graduated from Washington High, there should be somebody here, everybody here, raise your hand, please. All right, beautiful, great. Now, I always heard, and when I taught at Washington, I told people this all the time, Washington High has the smartest people in the city. So when I say one, I want you to give me one big clap. You got that? One. When I say two, I want you to give me 2 big claps. 2. 2. 1. Pretty good so far. When I say 3, I want you to give me 3 really, really, really big claps. 3. 1, 2, 1, 3. The magic trick was I could tell Quentin he got a standing ovation. Thank you so much. All right, Quentin couldn't be here, unfortunately. But you talk about a dude, seriously. Like I said, 6'2", 6'3", 220 pounds. Ran on the 4x4 relay team. Every member of that team ran under 50 seconds. I believe his relay split time was 49.92. That is a big human putting the pedal to the metal running around the track. In football, I was just telling his mom this story. We're playing Roosevelt, and there's about a minute 27, I think. We throw a pass, he catches it, and I'm like, please get tackled, please get tackled, please get tackled. He's at the 15, he's at the 10, he's at the 5, he scores a touchdown, he runs away from everybody. And our whole sideline goes nuts, and I'm like, oh shoot, there's too much time on the clock. They may go down and score, and they did go down and score. So that was the 2008 season. But anyways, Quentin, great guy, great athlete, great student. He did send a message to me, and he wants me to read this. So this is from Quentin. So again, you gotta imagine me being a lot bigger version than what I am. Okay, from Quentin. First off, I need to apologize for everyone for not making it back to Sioux Falls for this year's Hall of Fame banquet. But I'm sure Coach Herm will do an okay job filling in. Thanks, Quentin. I would like to congratulate the other inductees for their accomplishments and their selection into the Washington High Hall of Fame. A big thanks to the Hall of Fame Committee for selecting me for this honor. It truly is a blessing, and it's very, very appreciated. I also need to thank my coaches, teammates, the Washington High staff and administration for making Washington High School such a great place to learn and compete. Sorry, get choked up with some of these guys. And Chris, you gave some of my gray hair, by the way. Last but not least, I would like to thank my family, especially my mom, for always being there for me with support, encouragement, and lots of love. A quote from Quentin, he said, a wise man, I think he was talking about me, said, individual awards are the result of many people helping you along the way, and they're meant to be shared. So like Mr. Lindquist said, you know, the awards that you win as an individual, they're a result of a lot of people helping you. Your teammates, your coaches, the administration, the student body supporting you, and things like that. In the end, Quentin says, thank you, Warrior Nation, for everything. And here to accept his award tonight is his #1 fan, his mom, Charity. So come on up, girl. While she's getting Quentin's award, if you know anybody that should be recognized for the Hall of Fame, you can write a little thing up about that individual and send it to Jeff Kale or the Hall of Fame committee. There's a lot of athletes. We get a lot of applications or people that send in things on different athletes. And as a committee, we have to go through and narrow it down to who we believe at that time are maybe our top 8 to 10 people that should probably go into the Hall. And then we have to vote on it. And sometimes you leave people out that, you know, possibly should be in the Hall of Fame. So it's a process. So if you do know somebody, you know, write them up, send it to the Hall of Fame committee, and we take a look at it. And again, like everyone here said, I was a graduate of Washington High, I had 2 opportunities to coach there. It's a great place. It was a great place then. It's still a great place. So once a warrior, always a warrior. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Hermanson, and congratulations, Quentin. Let's have one more round of applause for all of our inductees. Congratulations, and one more special thank you to those listed on the back of the program for making tonight's event possible. As you leave, all inductees, please take the floral centerpieces at the tables. And also for everyone, as you leave, please drop your name tag and name tag holder in a box close to the exit. As we close, a reminder that donations and memorials to the Washington Hall of Fame are welcome. Please let Nate Malchow know if you have any questions. The committee has also asked for future nominations for inductees as well. Contact any committee member for that. Thank you for a great evening, celebrating the accomplishments of some of the very best to wear the orange and black. Have a great night. Onward, Warriors.